It's another Tuesday afternoon, and we're going to continue this whole thing we got going on Voloheen, Winds of War. The name of the episode is Blood Money, and this is the third session, the conclusion to the third session coming up real soon here. And I'm going to hand it over really quick to Asa, who's going to make an announcement or two for us. Go for it, bud.
Hey, so we're trying to get better at this whole getting our image out there thing, and so I'm kind of taking on that a bit. So hey, we have a Patreon. We would love the support of those who would like to patronize us, and you can find that
Drop the.
It's just patreon.com/roll4mischief.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
I think Nightbot will say no links, so we're not going to throw it in the chat there.
Oh, I see. Nightbot, God damn you, Nightbot! Stop.
It's doing its job, man.
It is.
It
should be below in. It used to be below in some kind of description section.
When we get our shit together, we'll have that description set up.
I can link to Google.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, we'll be up with that Patreon. Please help us out with that. Sponsors, always looking for sponsors. Anything we can do to help us get some money into the production and make a better show for everybody who's watching.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we're doing this giveaway to help promote us here on Twitch.
The giveaway.
And, we're aiming to get our first 50 followers, and when we do, we are going to give away a player's handbook. Josh will be shipping that out to any one of our 50 followers. I believe that's how that's going to work.
Yeah, just a random generate of the 50 followers. I think technically you're not supposed to send it to anyone outside of the US or Canada except Quebec, I think is the law or something. That's what I've seen over and over again.
We will look into those legal issues, and if you are outside of the legal spaces to which we can send those, I am sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
That's
help us get our name out there. Share it with your friends. Tell them about us. If they don't get to watch the stream, we're always on YouTube. YouTube/Roll4Mischief. We
do not have the personalized. You have to do it for Roll for Mischief. You have to have 1,000 followers and 40,000 or 4,000 watched hours.
See, this is why I suck at this stuff, because I don't know all these. So yeah, look us up on YouTube. Send your friends. Watch all the backlog episodes. If you missed anything, watch it. There's hours and hours and hours of content. Probably way more than you actually would like to put into watching a D&D stream, but it's there.
And subscribe, so that way we can get to those 1,000 subscribers. If we can get those 1,000 subscribers, we can get those that easy URL to find.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I am always working on ideas of improving our Patreon, improving all that stuff. Hit me up with ideas if you got any. Find us on Discord. We are there. Look up Roll for Mischief on Discord. Yeah. Hey, that's going to be it for me. Let's get back to some combat. I have a stick, a boat to keep poking with a stick. So
you're so effective. You're so effective.
The most effective.
Clearly,
He's super effective, if you will.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are going to get rolling to the combat, but I'll just add one quick little note. The truth is that we're all doing this in our off time, and we love to do it. We really enjoy creating this content for you and delivering it to you on the weekly basis that we can. And we only want to get better at doing it. And if we have more support, then yeah, we can get way better at delivering more epic, grand fantasy straight to your computer.
And we can also have room to maybe get more games going.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be
and I mean,
cool.
we've already got people who've helped us out. I mean, the image of Eridu is done by a local artist near me. She's wonderful. And I got a set of prototype dice from Heroes Fate. Wonderful dice. They roll really well for me. They look pretty. They're very sparkly. And we're always looking for more people to show off in our streams.
Join the crew. That's all I'm saying. Join the crew. We got to get a poster that is just like my face going like,
"You shall be inducted."
Join.
That's
creepy.
Just Kyle wants you for good times.
I thought, aren't we building a cult? Isn't that what this is all about?
All right. All right, you guys have officially derailed this thing. I'm going to bang my DM gavel. Bop, 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 bop.
No more Asa taking control of the stream.
No more. So we are transitioning back into what can only be described as an epic combat happening aboard two vessels connected by a gangplank. One is the Tranquility. That vessel is, pretty solid right now. The other vessel is called the Stalwart, and that one is having some troubles. It is flaming on the top from the fireball that Fiala
Correction,
threw.
soon to be was
The Stalwart. So it's got some flames happening on the top that Fiala created, and then Eridu punched a nice little hole in the hole beneath the water, and so yeah, that ship is having some troubles. But we are in an initiative order currently, and we're at the top of the initiative order, which is Fiala. And if you're watching on Twitch, you can go ahead and scroll your mouse over to the left, and you'll see this cool pop-up. It's the D&D Beyond integrated pop-up, copyright 2018 something. But you can see everyone's hit points. So I'm looking at Fiala and seeing that she's got 21 hit points left out of 64. So let's see if I can get that to 0. Oh, let's see if I can do it and just knock her out, dude.
And then we'll see if we can roll like 3 failed death saves, and then Josh is gonna make a 4th character.
Oh, jeez.
This is the real reason why Eridu jumped in the water, not because he got some plan, but because Asa went up. TPK's coming. I don't want to lose Eridu.
Okay. No, it's
that
not
typically when I see Zone of Truth, I think Zone of Drunk. Let's be really stupid.
You certainly fulfilled that. So it's Fiala's turn.
So battered and bruised, and with a vengeful eye on this cleric who has turned away from his deity as far as she's concerned. She turns to him and grabs her ocarina and holds it close to her chest, and is that her? She casts heat metal on his armor.
How did I know that was coming?
Such a fun spell.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, so I got it right now.
Everyone remember this moment, because I guarantee it'll never happen later in the game.
Never.
What moment? What moment? Oh, just using heat metal?
Using heat metal on somebody's armor. There's no way this is ever going to come back again.
No way.
Never.
So, if it doesn't drop the object... So the way I'm reading it is just like automatic damage, pretty much?
Choose you cause the object to glow hot red. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast a spell. Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your subsequent turns
to cause this damage again.
If the creature is holding or wearing the object and takes damage from it, the creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn.
But it doesn't say anything about the saving throw, like actually negating the damage or anything.
Nope.
Or even having the damage. It doesn't say anything.
Because I am heating the object, not the person.
Yeah.
I think the only thing the saving throw really allows is that person to get away from the object if possible.
Or drop it. Like it's like they can do a dexterity saving throw and like drop
it like it's hot.
Yeah, they can drop it like it's hot
Except for his
before
armor,
they take
he has
damage.
to doff the armor in order to get rid of it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass. So
was it chain shirt or chain mail?
I think it was chain mail.
Okay, so it's heavy armor. It takes 5 minutes for him to take it off.
For real? Oh no, he knows that.
That is 50 rounds.
Yeah. For real. So no, I mean, obviously the only fix for this is to kill Fiala as quickly as possible.
Mm.
So go
Yep.
ahead and roll your d8s.
It is. Hold on. Is it just 2d8? Yeah.
2d8.
Okay. So, it is a mere 6 damage. I rolled kind of shitty on that one.
Okay. Well, that's
But bear in mind, he now has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks,
yep.
as he is now on. He is basically on fire,
He's
and he's gonna probably need skin grafts.
he's cooking.
Yeah.
He is definitely a cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And-
hope this guy doesn't die. What a cool villain later on.
Yeah. Just third degree burns all over his body. Like he just
Shaped
kinda-
like scales,
yeah.
because
Exactly. He comes back to you and he just rips his shirt off and he's like, "Remember me?"
And then you're like, was that the brothel in?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
no.
Oh wait,
no.
no. That was definitely on the stalwart. Yeah, I remember that.
What was the stalwarts?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, so
I've destroyed a lot of boats. You're gonna have to narrow that down.
for
Okay.
real. All right, so that was Theala's action, and
Yeah, that was her action. She
hey.
does not have a useful bonus action, and so and there's actually she's going to give a whatchamacallit, a bardic inspiration to fuck nuggets. The drow, or not the drow, but the dragonborn, Mel.
Malcolm. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wait, did Eridu use his bardic inspiration?
As far as I know, you can
Nope, I
just
still got
pass
it.
them out.
Yeah, no, yeah, you can just pass them out. You can't give somebody 2 bardic inspiration. That's really the only rule.
Oh, I thought you.
Nope.
I thought the person had to use the inspiration before.
Nope.
So I've been using that rule wrong in my tabletop. Then I'll have to.
No, man, bardic
inspiration
inspiration's like candy. You just throw it at everybody, and
Yeah.
nobody gets 2.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, so Mal has got some inspiration. I'll make a note of that. And is it a D8 now?
It is a D8.
Very good. Very good. So, and you're not going to move anywhere. You're just going to stay adjacent. to...
I'm going to. I don't. I guess I want to move behind something and just kind of like sit down and get at the very minimum
Okay,
3/4 cover.
for sure. So he does have disadvantage on the opportunity attack roll now.
I backed up before. I backed up at the end of my last turn.
Then I should have gotten an opportunity
You
attack
didn't.
on you. Then.
You didn't. You could have, but you didn't.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
No, I didn't hear that at all, dude.
I
Because
said
pretty-
I said that I backed up. That was one of my. I said that. I can, if you
Okay,
want,
fine.
take it. But
No. You're fine. You're fine. You're good.
Okay.
You're good. Okay, so you sit down and shit. Yeah.
I mean, you're still gonna die. So
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
it
still
doesn't-
gonna die. Yeah, so it's like really no big deal or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so in that case, it is Hilofax's turn, and you are still on the lifeboat. At this point, I did mention that Jane Cobb was kicking ass at doing the rowing, so you are gaining on the other lifeboats. You know, you're not quite meeting up with them, but you're like right behind the other lifeboats, about to overtake them.
Okay. Could I? No. Oh, hold on. Yes. Okay. What I am going to do to slow them down is no. I want to use other spells. Do I wanna use other spells? No. You know what? Let's do this. I am
do
going to. Oh, it takes 10 minutes. Nah, screw that.
Wow.
Casting time of 10 minutes. I'm not. No. Do that another
Everyone
time.
just hold on. Everyone just hold on.
Everyone,
for a little
time
bit.
out.
Time out. Let me do this really quick.
I was considering casting hallucinatory terrain to make the water look like it's now got like massive rocks jutting out of it to make the lifeboats like swerve and.
Yeah. But
But
that takes 10 minutes?
casting.
That's
Yeah.
gnarly.
But it does fill a 150-foot cube
Okay.
with sounds, smells, and appearance
Ah.
of natural terrain. So it's a big area.
For sure. That makes sense. Totally makes
Yeah.
sense.
So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast. I want to cast a spell, but fear. Confusion could work.
I mean, I'm already confused why it's taking you so long.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've been looking at my spell list the whole time, and I'm still looking at it. You know what? Let's go with fear. I've got my ring of animal influence. That's what the fear is in. So I shall activate the ring. You know, use my Sinestro core powers.
Form of a gorilla.
Oh, a gorilla in a rowboat. That would be quite scary. So each creature in a 30-foot cone. Are we within 30 feet of one of the rowboats?
Oh, I mean, you're behind them 30 feet. I mean, it would catch definitely like at least 2 of the other lifeboats, you know.
Cool. Then yeah, in my 30-foot cone, then I will try and catch those. They need to make a wisdom saving throw of 13, less than my own.
Interesting. Okay. Wisdom saving throw. Word. I got it. So I'm rolling 6 of them, and only 2 of them pass the saving throw. So
okay.
What happens to all those that fail?
To all those that fail, they are frightened of me. They need to use their action to dash to get away from me by the safest available route on each of their turns. Excuse me, unless there's nowhere to move. If they end their turn in a location where they don't have line of sight to me, they can take the saving throw again, but this lasts for 1 minute. So for the next 10 rounds, these people in the rowboats are just trying to get away from me as much as possible.
Okay, so I'm going to interpret instead of dashing, because that would be like a crazy action, because I immediately thought they just jump off the lifeboat, like they have to get away from you as quick as they can. But I'm going to say that they have the ability to not like go for that rash action, but they are going to speed up the rowing, and also they're trying to veer away because like you're right behind them and they're like there, so they could either try and like but they see that you're going in that direction. So instead of trying to get away from you and having you chase them, they're just splitting off. So to the rowboats,
Good
like
choice.
on the left side, to the rowboats on the left side, just do this. And they're going at a perpendicular angle to you now. And there's only one more lifeboat in front of you, off to the right.
Brilliant. And I shall deal with that on my next turn.
Very well. As they row away from you, they're screaming all sorts of profanities because on each of the lifeboats there's one dude that resisted the saving throw, and like he may be like one of the ones that was rowing, or he may be one of the ones that wasn't rowing. So there's like one of the lifeboats where the guys just say like, "What the hell are you doing? You're good. No, we gotta go over here." Blah, 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 blah. All sorts of confusion and all sorts of shouting going on in that situation right now. All right.
That's the stuff.
That's the stuff. That's the Halifax stuff, dude. Yeah. All right. So we go to Eridu.
Well, Eridu is poking his stick through a hole.
Is the hole big enough for him to get through, or is it just basically...
No, it's just big enough for his fist to get
That's
through.
why I took the staff. Because I'm taking my staff of healing, and I'm just shoving it through the fist-sized hole in intervals just to mess with whomever is trying to close it up.
Well, and I don't know, you are definitely messing with someone, because there's someone who's trying to take a big old like metal sheet and put it there, and you're just smacking against the metal sheet. Yeah, seriously. And then you accidentally hit someone right in the chest, and they go like, "Oh, thank you," because it's a staff of healing.
Right?
They're like, "Oh, thanks."
Oh, my wind was knocked out for a second. No, that's back.
Oh, no, you just healed me. Oh, thank you.
I got a
But-
splinter earlier and it just fell out for no reason.
Yeah, but Eridu, you definitely on a more serious note, you do hear actually no, you don't hear anything because you're submerged in the
Underwater.
water. So you don't hear anything, but there is a point at which the metal sheet was like fighting you for a while, and then now it's like you're not encountering anything when you are poking your stick.
All right.
You stick poker.
This whole situation just fills me with so much joy. I think it's just so funny.
Yeah. It's
All right.
pretty goddamn funny. All right, so it is going to go ahead and be Haymor's turn, and Haymor is not super stoked about his situation because his chain armor is red hot on his body, which is not good. And I don't want to be looking at heat metal. What are you talking about here? All right,
This
so
heat metal. Oh yeah.
yeah, but I was like looking at heat metal as if it was a spell that I was going to cast, and I was like, wait, why am I looking at this right now? That's not the one that I'm supposed to be casting. All right, so he is going to cast one that is called Spirit Guardians. You call forth spirits to protect you. They flit around you in a distance of 15 feet for the duration. They appear to be like angelic figures, and each one of them is wielding a ghostly-looking morning star that looks exactly like the one that Haymor is wielding.
Mhm.
When I cast the spell, I can designate any number of creatures you can see to be unaffected by it. He's going to obviously have his allies not be affected by it, but anyone else has to be affected by this.
Right.
And essentially, yeah, in a distance of 15 feet around him for how long? For 10 minutes if he concentrates on it? Alright, so if you start your turn next to him, essentially, you have to make a wisdom saving throw and some shit might happen. That's essentially what's going on with that spell. And
Gotcha.
yeah, and then he will walk across the deck, and he will encourage his allies that are engaging Malcolm, and he'll say to them with a strain in his voice as he tries to bear the red hot metal on his skin. He grits his teeth and he says, "Try and take him alive if you can." And he walks essentially 30 feet. It's got to be close enough to get next to where Theala had gone.
I don't know the layout of the ship, so
Yeah.
I'll have to take your word for it.
Yeah. Yeah, you will. So so he's pretty much like right next to you now, just standing over. He doesn't have another action to do an attack or anything, but he's standing over you, looking very pissed off. And it is going to be, actually, I didn't do an action for Malcolm. Kind of fucked up there. So I'm gonna put Malcolm right here, like kind of at the end of the initiative order, right before the other guys go, and give him a fighting chance. So Malcolm, he's a fighter, so he's going to use his bonus action to use Second Wind and get some hit points back. He seems to be heartened a little bit, and he's going to use a move action to provoke some, and he doesn't mind about provoking the attacks of opportunity right now because he's got this this kind of plan going on. And he takes one hit. And then he opens his mouth wide and starts with a intimidating roar. Like, he's usually pretty like articulate and civil, I guess, when he talks, and he very rarely lets out a bestial sound like he does. Like, you guys actually haven't seen him use his dragon breath hardly at all. But yeah, when he does it, he lets out a bestial roar. And then that roar turns into gouts of flame spreading out of his mouth. And one of the dudes next to him saves, and the other one does not. And they are going to take some damage. So, yeah, they just get covered in flame. And Malcolm does look a little sad that he could be potentially damaging the deck of the Tranquility because it just got all shiny and swabbed and nice and clean. But he's fighting for his life. And the two watchmen that he just lit up, they are going to go gnarly on Malcolm. Oh, actually, I'm going to use the... I'm sorry, I'm going to backtrack to Malcolm's thing. He used the bardic inspiration that you provided him with to do more damage.
I didn't. That is not my kind of bardic inspiration.
Well, no, but he, with the one that he missed on the dragon breath, he's going to turn into a hit so that it didn't take half damage. That's what he's doing. Gotcha. And then Malcolm, he gets hit back. He actually gets missed a couple of times, which is very good for him.
Mm.
And then, Asa, you're still underwater.
Yeah, buddy.
And Halifax is all the way over there. And Fiala is not in line of sight of the crossbow ones. So they don't really have any valid targets right now other than Malcolm. So they're going to just attack him again. Oh, gosh. Malcolm's not looking good, guys.
Mm.
He's pretty much just gotten bloodied. Alright, so that was a lot of that stuff going on. The stalwart continues to burn and take damage. And it goes back to Fiala.
Okay. So obviously I use my bonus action to
heat metal.
To heat metal. So
Oh wait, hold on. Wait, you start your turn. I got Spirit Guardians up. You have to make a Wisdom saving throw before you do any actions.
Oh, okay. What's the DC?
The DC is 14.
Okay, I fail, so that's a 12 total.
Okay, let me get my D8s. That is going to be an even 10 radiant damage.
Okay.
As the Spirit Guardian, as soon as you look upward at Haymore approaching you, a Spirit Guardian comes flying out from over his shoulder, and its Morning Star lashes out and catches you and bursts open with a bunch of radiant energy.
Okay, so bonus action, damage him. That is another 8.
Okay.
And then as my action, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself at 2nd level.
Mm-hmm. Good call, good call.
And so that is hold on, let me do math. Oh wait, hold on, I'm sorry, I screwed that up. I rolled too many die.
Don't screw it up.
Hold on, I'm sorry, I'm doing math. For some reason I'm an idiot. 14 heal.
Cool.
That shouldn't have been that hard because it was just 10 plus 4, but
Oh, Drew, I was going to tell you really quick that Jane Cobb kept kept rowing, and after your next round, at the end of your next round, you will reach the Tranquility. You will be pretty much adjacent to that. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Am I engaged with
Haymore.
Bernie?
the burning or the Burning Man? Should we call him Burning Man? Yeah, he is standing over you.
Okay. I'm going to, I guess, I'm not prone, but I'm just gonna wait there. I can't really afford both attacks of opportunity and actually no, he has disadvantage. Fuck it. I'm gonna back off more and to the next height, to the next spot that I can still hide behind.
Okay.
So
yeah.
that way I'm not getting hit by crossbows.
Yeah, there's just this big stack of crates in the middle of the deck. So you went he was here originally, and you just went away, and then behind it. So then he came here, and then you're going to go around to the other side of the crates and just for sure, for real. So he lashes out with his Morning Star as you scramble up, and what's that plus? Oof. That's only an 8. That is not going to be good. He'll swing and a miss as you clamber on by.
Okay, yeah.
And that is
that's everything. That is all I can do.
All right, so Halifax, you still got one rowboat in front of you, a little bit off to the right, but actually it's kind of directly to your right, because Jane Cobb was doing so well with the rowing that you're kind of caught up, and you guys are in a dead heat to get to the Tranquility.
Is one of the rowers within 15 feet of me if I move to the edge of the boat?
Easily.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I will then raise my staff to the heavens, summon a small bolt of lightning, and thrust it forward, perform a lightning lure, and yank him down, and try and remove him from the boat that he's currently rowing. So he needs to succeed on a strength saving throw, DC 15. I'm using the lightning lure cantrip. And yeah, so I create a lash of lightning energy that strikes one creature of my choice that I can see within range. The target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pulled 10 feet in a straight line towards you, and then take 1d8 lightning damage if it's within 5 feet of me.
Oh dear. Ooh.
Then hopefully drop into the water.
Oh yeah, he fails.
Yes.
Yeah, he fails. All right, so deal me some damage.
3, but it's 3 lightning damage, and now he's wet.
Yeah.
It should be 2d8, right?
We're
above level 5, bro.
Oh, you're right. No, you're quite right. That's 8 damage in total.
8 damage in total.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Josh.
So you whip him with the lightning lure. It pulls him off of the oar that he was currently on. And, since I divvied it up, since you did the other 2 rowboats, those had the 6. This one has the 2. So so you just pulled one rower, and there's only one guy who could try and get both oars, but it's a big lifeboat. So you pull the one off, and he's screaming, "Ah!" He actually does a Wilhelm scream, "Ah!" And he gets pulled off, and I'm assuming it's so they get close enough. The shock really sets into them, and that's when the damage happens, and then the lightning lure disappears, right?
Yeah,
it disappears, and then boom, he's in the water, and he just starts flailing around and just shouting profanities at you.
I'll quip. You picked the wrong side in this fight, I'm afraid, friend.
Very good Halifax one-liners.
Go ever do.
All right. Yeah, and then I'll just make a quick roll for Jane Cobb just cuz he's doing fine. You guys make it to the Tranquility. And then Eridu, you are still underwater.
Is there anything new happening in
Uh,
response to me
for
poking at the ship?
as far as you, the last thing I told you is that as you poke the staff into the hole, you are getting no like resistance or people trying to patch it from the other side. It
Okay.
seems like they've kind of given up on the whole idea.
All right. I did not have objects on my person ever. As an Asa, that's a bad thing. But as a monk, it makes sense. But like I'm always like, oh, I got a crowbar, I got this, I got that. I'm always like coming up with ideas like that, but I can't do that with this character. I'm gonna like. I know there's water rushing into this hole, so it's not like I can do a lot. Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna make a strength check to just grab on and just see if I can just pry. Probably with disadvantage since I'm fighting water flow.
Yeah. Good luck.
That's a 3. I
You-
just
you
pull it
are,
with my fingers.
Yeah, you're remarkably ineffective. A thought actually enters your mind that I don't know if I've ever been this ineffective before in my life.
And then images come to his mind that remind him of the times in which he has been ineffective before.
Yeah, actually a lot.
And then he goes, "Oh no,
Wait.
this is par for the course."
All right, so are you going to use your movement?
Yeah, I'm gonna swim to the surface and take some air into my lungs.
Okay. And yeah, you let out a little gold gargling cough because you did swallow that seawater earlier, and it's not good. All right, so then that is Eridu's turn, and that makes it Haymor's turn. And Haymor is just proper pissed, and he's got a mission, and he's gonna go try and find Theala, and just keep doing that. So it's a little game of cat and mouse, is it? He says, and he runs toward the where the bend in the crates is, finds Theala, and just lets loose with his Morning Star, letting out a horrendous shriek. Theala, you can smell as he approaches. You can smell burned flesh. The acrid smell hits your nostrils and makes your eyes water. And ooh, snap! I
Cutting
actually
words.
might make this one.
Cutting words, bro.
Cutting words. Okay, so what does that do?
So what that is I roll a d8, and then you reduce that number by the attack roll.
Ooh. Wait, you reduce the
minus
attack roll
7.
by that number. Okay.
Hmm.
So -7, eh? Well, shit.
Yeah.
That'll take it to, like, 9. Alright.
Yeah.
Is that a first level spell?
That's not a spell. That is a bardic inspiration.
Oh, so you use your die to do that. Okay. That's pretty slick. Bard's got some shit going on. So, yeah, you... As the Morning Star comes careening toward you, you just let out some kind of quip.
I just basically kind of growl in his face and kind of basically kind of attempt to intimidate him.
Mm-hmm. Well, it worked because his arm twitches a little much, and then his hit goes wide, and the Morning Star crushes into the crates that are above your head. And he really can't do any other actions right now. No, he can't. Okay, so then it's going to be Malcolm's turn, and Malcolm is going to roar, and he can't use his dragon breath again, but he roars, and he is just going to try and... Actually, he's going to try and grapple one of them. Okay, and then the other one gets to oppose. Yeah, so Malcolm gets his grapple off, and this is what he does, essentially, is that he rushes forward, and he goes... and he grabs one of them by the throat like this and just swings him around, and Malcolm puts his back to a bunch of crates that are right there. So his back is covered, and he's essentially using this guy as a human shield, and that will make the other guy have a harder time trying to hit Malcolm, but he still will. His rapier comes out, snicker snack, and stabs Malcolm right in the gut, essentially, right in the side. There's a little chink in his armor, you know. And then the other two, I'm gonna say that with how this works, yeah, one of the crossbow people actually has a line of sight on Theala, since you came around to the other side of the crates.
Well, I specifically wanted to avoid not him but them. I said that.
Okay.
I don't know why you're like. I specifically said I wanted to avoid them.
All right, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm stepping over a lot of boundaries. My bad, dude. Okay.
Well,
so
I
won't attack you. It's okay. I won't attack you.
Well,
it's
I don't want to be attacked. I'm 21 hit points.
It's okay. I'll kill Malcolm. It's fine. It's fine. I'll just kill him.
That's fine.
All right.
I can heal him.
All right, Malcolm.
No one can heal me. I can heal him.
Malcolm actually got a critical hit on him, and he is like, yeah, he's got a crossbow bolt sticking right in his fucking shoulder right here, and it's not looking good for him. He is down on his last legs, and yeah, he's not happy about it. So the stalwart continues to burn yet again. The burning is intensifying a bit. All right, go Theala.
Okay.
You start your turn. You have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. 16.
That will do it. And is it a half on a save? Yeah, it is a half on a save. That's what that is. All right, 7 radiant damage.
Okay. And then, so bonus action once again to do damage.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 6.
Okay.
And I'm not rolling well for these guys, man.
He is bloodied at this point. It's like the smell of burnt flesh intensifies, and you can see that his skin is cracking and bleeding, and the blood is coming into contact with the superheated chainmail, and it's sizzling, and yeah, the smell is just like very, very, very intense right next to you.
Okay. In that case, I am going to cast. I'm going to, kind of also bloody and bruised. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to, just whisper in his ear, die. And I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
All right.
So he has
Saving
to
throw.
make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. Ah, only 12.
Yeah. He does that.
Wisdom's one of his good attributes too.
I know, right?
Fuck.
So, man, I am. Okay, so he takes, what is the... Okay, 3d6. So he takes 11 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And he must immediately use his reaction, if available, to move as far as his speed allows away from me.
Okay.
He doesn't move into a dangerous ground such as a fire or pit.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he doesn't like run off of the fucking ship, but he definitely
Right.
runs back where he came from, around the crates, and just goes out to like the other side of the ship as far as he can get.
Correct.
The most salient point is that he has moved. So he's moved his full 30 speed, so that puts you out of range of the Spirit Guardians.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm going to continue to move further away once again,
For sure.
ducking behind something.
Cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ducking
Behind the best cover that I can.
For sure. All right, so that's it for Theala and Halifax. You are in the lifeboat, adjacent to the Tranquility. There is no one on the ship that is, like seeing you down there and able to like lower down some shit, with the pulleys to get like everything pulled up or whatever. You're just like next to the ship.
Okay. Is there a rope at all down that like an individual could climb up and down, or is it basically just wood?
I'll be nice and say there's a rope.
Grr.
Yeah.
Okay. Jacob.
Please.
Yeah. Jacob, your input might be required here. Shepard and the dwarves sail around to the rear of the vessel, getting out of harm's way, while you and I quickly scale this roof, secure the deck, and set about changing our course and retrieving the boat from the other side.
Sounds good, boss.
Very good. And that I'll stow my staff behind me, leap up, grab onto the rope, and I will use a dash action to climb up as fast as I can. Do you want an athletics check for it?
Yes, I do. It is a pretty easy DC, but I do want an athletics check.
Okay. I thought my strength was worse than it is. That is just a 10.
Oh, that's...
I rolled an 8. I got 10.
Wow. Well, you made it by the skin of your teeth, because I was going for 10. And similarly, Jane Cobb also rolled an 8, but since he has a bruiser strength, he's able to make it along with you, dude. So you both barely just make it up, dude. But you both,
even if he didn't rope, Halifax has wings, so he would have been fine.
For sure.
Oh god, yeah, I do. That's what you were saying. God damn it.
Saying. No, it's more dramatic for you to barely make it up the rope with Jane Cobb. No, it's more dramatic that way.
I love that
right.
bar. Sorry, that's like my second favorite race. So
Yeah.
All right.
I have wait, Theala, I have wings? What?
All right. So that makes it that makes it so that you guys are just making it onto the top deck. What you see when you get onto the top deck is that you see Haymor surrounded by 3 angelic, ghostly, crazy things, and he's running away across the deck of the ship, and he's just shouting, "I don't want to die! I don't want to die!" Yeah, and and then you see Malcolm in this grappling melee, and then you see 2 crossbowmen on the opposite side that are, got their crossbows at the ready.
Hmm.
And so that's what you see, and then we go to Eridu.
I guess I'm gonna go ahead and swim back down and poke my stick through this hole again and see what happens.
Absolutely nothing.
All right. In that case, this turn and next turn will consist of swimming back up to the ship and climbing aboard.
Okay. Very well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that makes it Haymor's turn, and is Dissonant Whispers like? Is it not in effect anymore? Like that, the only effect was that he took damage, then he had to use his reaction to like get away, right?
Correct. As far as I know, it's just the one time.
Okay. Well, in that case, he is going to use his action to cast Cure Wounds on himself. Hold on. Aha. Very good, very good. So he's regained some hit points, and he affixes his deadly gaze upon Halifax and Jane Cobb. And he walks toward you. As he walks toward you, the smell of burnt flesh and boiling blood hits your nostrils and make you gag. And his trio of angelic guardians are getting all up in your face right now as well. So yeah, he just pretty much enters your guys' whole situation. And he ends his turn. And then Malcolm is going to go, and Malcolm is just fighting for his life right now. And he's going to keep punching the one. Actually, no, he throws the one he's grappling into the other guy. And then he runs away. And he ducks around the corner, and he pretty much goes to where, like, Theala went. That's what he does.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he's not quite, like, adjacent to you, but from your vantage point, you can see Malcolm collapse next to a bunch of crates, and he's just on the ground, just trying to catch his breath.
Okay.
And the enemies that are going actually are now able to focus on both Halifax and Jane Cobb. So they go and follow... actually, no, that's a lie. One of them splits off and follows Malcolm, and then the other one goes to support, what's-his-butt, Haymor. So the one that is...
in a straight line.
...going to support Haymor... on Halifax, I'm getting a 15 against your AC.
My AC is 13.
Okay, so that is going to be 7 piercing damage as a rapier just gets you right in the gut a little bit. And then the other one is able to find Malcolm. And Theala, you see this go down. You see the harbor watchman standing above Malcolm as Malcolm is just panting on the ground, and he takes his rapier and he does one of these, and he gets ready for an executioner's blow. Oh! He had advantage and he rolled a 1 and a 3.
Nice.
So somehow it's like it just sticks like right on the part of Malcolm's armor that is like not like, yeah, it's just armored enough to repel the fucking kill shot. Malcolm is resourceful. I didn't know if you guys know that. But then the other two with the crossbows are going to go ahead, and one's going to shoot Halifax, and that is going to be another 15 against your AC for...
Yep, that hits.
Only 4 piercing damage this time. And then the other one is going to shoot Jane Cobb, and the shot goes wild, and it misses. The stalwart burns even more. And go back to Theala.
Okay, so once again, we do our bonus damage to Bernie. So then that's for 10.
Okay.
And then I am going to cast Fairy Fire. So Fairy Fire has a range of or a radius of 20 feet. Would I be able to get everyone who is like Bernie and his two goons in that range?
Wait, what? Hold on. It has a range of what?
20 feet. Or radius of 20 feet.
No, because you were moving back so much.
That's fine. That's why I don't have a map, so I'm trying to.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
That's why I'm asking.
you can try and catch like I mean, you definitely are in range of the minion that is standing.
Well, no, that's
over
the radius,
Malcolm
not the
right
range. The range is 60
now.
feet.
Radius.
The radius
okay.
is 20 feet.
Oh, okay. Well, if the range is 60 feet, yeah, I mean, you can definitely drop it and get if you have line of sight to where what's his butt is Haymore. There's Haymore and one dude, so you could like get those in a little cluster.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and do that then. So they need to make. They need to make dex saving throws.
All right.
He has. Don't forget, Bernie has
Disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Okay, he fails, and then the other one succeeds.
Okay, so he has, or everyone has advantage on him.
Okay, everyone has advantage on Haymore.
Yep.
Okay, then that's what that is.
Does Haymore have a brother in a far off land that's really for social equality and economic stability? We could call him a Bernie bro.
I don't know. You'd have to ask him. I don't think he's in the mood to talk about his family with you guys right now.
Right.
I really don't think so. Okay, so is that it for Theala?
Yeah, that's it for her
All right.
for right now.
Hillowfax, you got some shit right in front of you, dude. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, so there's a guy on me and a guy on
Jane Cobb.
Jane Cobb.
Essentially, yeah. It's like you two are standing right next to each other, you and Jane Cobb, and then you got Haymore right in front of you, and then you got the other guy right in front of you. I mean, right in front of Jane Cobb.
Right,
And the
and
other
I'm
guy-
sure you've seen Dancing Lights before. Or not Dancing Lights, but
Fairy Fire.
Fairy Fire.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what happens when you try to cast a spell right in front of someone.
There's
I
no-
think that's only ranged attacks, not ranged spell attacks.
Yeah, I looked it up, and it's like the only thing that incurs attacks of opportunity is movement.
No, it's for the disadvantage.
Oh, for
because they're right there.
disadvantage. Oh.
But as far as I know,
think
that's only
that's-
ranged
yeah, I think
attacks,
that's only
not
ranged
ranged
attacks.
spells.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it addresses it, but
Okay. Well, either way, however Kyle rules it,
Yeah.
I will get Haymore and the guy right in front of me. I will try to line them up. And if I do line them up, is there anyone that I can see clearly on the other side of Haymore? I understand everything's going to be really hectic and all that kind of stuff. But with a passive perception of 13, do I notice anyone on the other side?
No,
Brilliant.
you do not. Yeah.
So, fingers crossed, there isn't actually someone on the other side. I am going to use a 4th level spell slot to cast Lightning Bolt.
Oh shit. Okay, so I'm gonna say that with the positioning, if you want to get over on this side to where you can line up the two baddies, then you have to take like one opportunity attack at least.
That's absolutely fine.
Yeah. All right. So Haymore is gonna take a try and make a haymaker against you.
What Haymore is going to have to do instead, however, is he's going to need to succeed on a saving throw, a wisdom saving throw, because I'm going to use my instinctive charm
There's so
to make
many
him.
saving throws happening.
Yeah, I know. So, instinctive charm, beginning at 6th level, when a creature you can see within 30 feet makes an attack roll against you, you can use your reaction to divert the attack, provided that another creature is within the attack's range.
So, well, do you want me to tell you whether or not the attack hits before you do that?
I need to choose to use this feature before knowing whether the attack hits or misses.
Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. So in that case, here's my wisdom saving throw, and I roll a 15 plus, yeah, that's like 20. So I beat it.
Yeah, you beat it. So, yep,
Yeah.
he hits me.
Yeah, he does. With
It's Halifax that hits you?
Yeah,
it's Haymore.
Haymore's hit me.
Right, okay, cool. Well, he has disadvantage, so who cares?
Yeah, he done
It
did.
would be pretty funny if Halifax hit him, though.
So that
Hitting
is gonna
himself.
be 8 plus. So he has an ability where he gets to spend one of his spell slots
Mm-hmm.
to deal extra radiant damage. Oh, come on.
He
So-
hit with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, so that was, oh my god, that's going to be 16.
Would you mind telling me the radiant damage separately, because I have
Oh.
resistance to it?
Oh, for sure. So it was 8 bludgeoning and 8 radiant.
Okay, so that'll be 4 radiant that I end up taking.
Definitely.
So yeah, as he strikes me, I'll absorb some of that energy, lightning casting across my eyes, and then I'll Kamehameha the rest of it back at him.
Kamehameha! All right, so dexterity saving throws, right?
Yep, dexterity saving
Yeah.
throw for each creature within 100-foot long line. So it's
Yeah.
this guy,
Uh-huh.
the other guy, and whoever else
sure.
is in a straight line.
Did you do disadvantage on his saving throw, wisdom saving throw?
I did not. But
It's done now.
It's done. It's too late.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I did do disadvantage on this saving throw, and he did fail. His other buddy did succeed, and there is no one else in the line other than parts of the ship, perhaps, that might take some collateral damage.
Yeah, they might catch on fire.
It
And
might catch on fire, but there's already a bit of the ship that's on fire. There's like fire everywhere. There's fire next to you. There's fire above, fire below, fire behind. Yeah. So go ahead and get your bucket of dice out for your lightning.
yeah. Right, hold on.
I gotta brag for a second. In a tabletop game I'm playing where I have a wizard. My wizard found this loot pile and found a spell scroll of Misty Step and a spell scroll of Lightning Bolt. And I just freaked out at the table. I was like, ah! Because I had to tell everyone at the table. I was like, guys, you don't understand. I'm a wizard. I can copy these into my spell book, and then I will have them for always. Guys, you don't get it? Yeah. So I can't wait to get some spell slots of 3rd level, so I can actually get some lightning bolt going on.
Such a good spell. It is my preference to have that over fireball. But yeah, lightning bolt has changed a lot of the different editions of D&D as well. Like lightning bolt used to be able to tunnel through stone. Now it can't.
Whoa!
But, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's wild.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right.
9d6,
Whoo,
and I
baby.
take half that damage on a successful save.
Yep.
Ooh, that's good. So that's 6, 6, 12. That is 6, 5, and 1. That's 24. 3, 3. That's 30. 34.
So that's the full damage.
34 is the full damage, and so
Okay,
it'll be
17.
17, yes.
Yeah. 17 for half. Okay. So, yes, I was just trying to keep track of like where the hell these guys were. Okay. So, the lightning bolt shoots out from your hand And the last thing that you see on Haymore's face is just a face of twisted in disgust and hate. And then he is consumed by the flash of brilliant white light, and a thunderous crack lets out, and the other guy right behind him, it seems like Haymore's body taking the most of the lightning bolt helped him dodge out of the way, but he definitely got singed, and he falls prone on the deck, with this like massive like scar of singed stuff around his belly. And the lightning bolt cracks along past Haymore, and when it dissipates, you see that Haymore is all but vaporized. He's pretty much vaporized. He's just like no longer there. His angelic spirit guardians around him have just totally disappeared. And
One's faith is no match for the wisdom in a book.
and Hilofax, you are in a unique position right now to perhaps make some kind of statement to the other troops. Essentially, yes, the guys with the crossbows and a couple of other people from the opposite ship have come across the gangplank. Actually, yeah, like, let's see, 2, there's 4, yeah, so there's like 6 dudes now on the Tranquility that came from the Stalwart, and the ones that have just crossed the gangplank, they barely get there because the gangplank has been sinking, for a little while, and as they clamber across the angling gangplank, the gangplank finally just clatters in and falls into the ocean below. So there are 6 dudes. Some of them are injured, some of them are not injured from the fight, but they all just witnessed this moment where Hilofax completely vaporized Haymore in front of their eyes. So you're in a position right now to make a statement. Yeah.
Cock my head to one side. Your lifeboats do not have holes. I strongly recommend you make good use of them.
All right. I just want to make
yeah.
you. I just want to make you do a charisma roll, just cause. But I will give you advantage because of the badass fucking lightning bolt thing that you just did.
And now you have disadvantage because you threw your dice across the room.
Okay, so that's a 19 and a 17. My charisma's only a +2. My persuasion's also just +2. So it'll be 21.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so essentially what happens is that there's like four of them. There's 4 of them that immediately look backward, and they look to the sinking Stalwart, and then also what they see is that they see 2 of the lifeboats that you scared off with fear earlier. They came around to the other side. So they jump off the Tranquility on that side to get to those lifeboats. And then the other 2, seeing that there's another lifeboat on the other side, that you lightning lured the one guy off of that. So they jump off to go meet up with that lifeboat. So, yeah, just by the skin of your teeth, you barely did that. And then Eridu, by this point, you've been
just
climbing
climbs up the edge.
You've just climbed up and got on. Now you're on the deck, seeing everything slightly smoldering and burning here and there. And you're like, what did I miss, guys?
So I pretty much poke my head up onto the boat, pull myself up. What's happened here? And I think that's probably a good place to end, isn't it?
I do want to. I know nothing else is going on, but this is more of a just kind of like a narrative purposes, like kind of like making up. For damage, I'm gonna dump my last 1st and 2nd level spells of Cure Wounds onto Malcolm to like heal him up as best as I can.
For sure. Yeah, he definitely needs it. He's missing something like 50 hit points.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's nice. So hold on, let me do math. 28 total.
All right. Well, that will definitely get him to where he can function and speak and move around. I'll definitely get him up to that kind of level.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna bonk Grim on the head, staff, just very lightly, and say, "I'll bet this was all your fault." And she's going to heal for. I don't know if there's any bonus to it. It's definitely at least 6, but I don't know if there's more. Staff. No, it's a D8, not a D6. Stupid rules. All right, 7. She heals 7 hit points.
Okay. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. And then we'll do a short rest, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, that's definitely an assumption that you'll make. As soon as
But another boat comes pulling up.
no, it's 3. It's the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria.
Oh no!
Come to wreck your shit, dude.
They probably would.
Oh my god.
Damn.
So I'll help obviously put out all the fires and then just basically sit down and rest.
All right.
And
so
I'm gonna play my ocarina and sing a song of rest.
A song of rest. Very understandable. So before you guys get down to all that, Malcolm is hobbling around the deck of the boat, taking an assessment of the damages and calling out to his crew and making sure each one of them was able to survive. Jane Cobb's okay. Shepard Parma comes up with actually the 2 dwarves. They get pulled back up onto the top deck, and that's kind of an awkward situation when Malcolm's like, "Oh wait, why the hell are you here again? Oh, yes, I suppose. Well, you're a part of the crew now." And the dwarves just look at each other like, what? And and Malcolm barks some orders, and as he keeps barking orders, he gets a little more energy in his voice, and then, at some point it seems like he's not even all that hurt at all, and he looks at the 3 of you, and he's just got a steely gaze, and he says with a sudden amount of calm in his voice, "I never should have let you on my ship. Let's get out of here. Right now!"
I'm too destroyed to respond. I just basically lie down.
Yeah. And then
I mostly just went for a swim.
don't I know it? All right, so that's where we're going to end this session, and I want to take a quick moment, not to get into the game and get into character necessarily, but just get an idea of you guys. The ship is moving. Are you guys trying to go back to Twin Harbor?
There's a pretty good chance we are now, in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I just want you guys to think about that. We can also talk about this throughout the week, but I want you guys to really think in character. Where are you guys trying to take the ship?
Yeah, no, I actually was thinking about that throughout the whole battle. I was like, there's a pretty good chance that we are going to be well banished from this place, if not, imprisoned for our actions.
I think that would actually be a really good opening for the next session, is sort of a round table, us and the crew of the Tranquility discussing where do we go? Can we get to Twin Harbor before these guys in their rowboats? And if we do, what's the fallout going to be? How else are we going to get this information to Emily?
Did people see us from the shore and report this stuff already? Stuff like that is just
I think that can be an in-character, in-game discussion.
All right,
take up a chunk.
Then that makes a lot of sense to me. We'll go ahead and plan on that kind of roundtable discussion happening. All right.
Awesome.
Well, that was a doozy, guys. It was essentially one huge epic battle.
Yeah.
That was what that was. But you got to have one of those every now and again. So,
True.
Thanks so much for watching. If you're watching on Twitch, thank you so much for tuning in every week. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for digging through the videos. I know there's a lot of content, but we like I said before, we really enjoy providing this content for y'all. So, yes, thank you for watching. Join us next week, and we'll continue the story called Blood Money. Blah.
See you later, guys.
Yeah,
Have a wonderful week. Catch you later.
Goodbye.